Well, hello! This is Ducky, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing The Walking Dead, Season 7, Episode 8. Heart still beating, the mid-season finale of Season 7. A stressful episode. Honestly, it was probably the more stressful than I thought it would be. I didn't think it was going to be this stressful. It was, I don't know. It was pretty crazy. So yeah, we're going to go through a couple things, and then we're going to get into the big things that really shocked me, and then the other things that made me really happy, that we got some comic scenes, and then there's one thing that did make me sad that means we're not getting a future comic scene, but I'll explain that soon. So at the Kingdom, first we'll start off there at Pomegranates. Richard is like wanting to fight back against Negan, but Carol doesn't want to be part of it, and then Morgan doesn't want to be part of it really. So that's the Kingdom, basically. Hilltop. Maggie's eating a lot of things, because obviously when you're pregnant you get cravings, very crazy cravings, and she's eating like apple pie and stuff. And we'll get back to the Hilltop at the end of the episode, because there's some stuff there at the end. Outside Alexandria, like with Rick and Aaron. Well, Rick and Aaron go into the little lodge out in the water, and they get some guns from there. But the main thing outside Alexandria was more like Daryl's storyline. And there was also Michonne, but she didn't really have much. So Daryl dresses as a savior and starts to go through the sanctuary. Now, we're all still wondering who gave Daryl that note. Most likely it was Dwight, because it didn't look like Jesus would have been able to give it to him. So it was probably Dwight, and we'll probably find out when Rick visits the Kingdom, just because of the comic. I know some things that happens at the Kingdom. So when Daryl's escaped, because the person gave Daryl his motorcycle keys, so Daryl gets out to go to his motorcycle, and Fat Joey's there, which has Rick's revolver, which was really cool, but Daryl bashes Fat Joey's face in. So it was like sad, because I loved Fat Joey. I loved Fat Joseph. But at the same time he was a savior, and you never know. You can't trust him. So Daryl had to kill him, and it did suck that he did die though. Okay, then we got Alexandria. Now this was the main big crazy part of the episode. First thing on the list, Negan shaved, which was pretty crazy, and it was almost like they were having a family dinner. Negan, Olivia, Judith, and Carl. Like, it was crazy. And then Rick and Aaron get back from the run, and they found like a note on the run, and Aaron gets beat up because they thought Aaron wrote the note. And then we get the Spencer Guts death scene. So right now, as soon as this review and my reaction goes up, my skit will also be going up. And yeah, I actually recorded my skit before the episode, and it has Spencer's death in it. So because of me, that's why I don't have like Lucille getting shot or anything, because I didn't think that was going to happen. So I recorded that before the episode, but I knew the Spencer death was going to happen this episode, so that's why I recorded it before, and it was getting so cold. So that'll be coming out right now. Go check it out. It's out probably right now as soon as this is out. So go watch that right after this video if you're watching this, or if you've already seen it. The Spencer Guts death scene was insane the way it worked. And in the comic book, Negan never played pool with Spencer, so he actually talked about the pool table in the comic. He was like, let's find out where this guy lives. I want to play some pool after he kills Spencer. But he wasn't playing pool with Spencer when he killed him. And he also didn't kill him around a crap ton of people. So yeah, he kills Spencer in front of a crap ton of people while playing pool outside, and completely guts Spencer. And it was just like the comic scene, and it was perfect the way they did it. Then this is the part that I said takes away from a comic scene that happens a little bit later. And this really sucks that this happened. But anyway, Rosita pulls out her gun and shoots Lucille. Well, tries to shoot Negan, but she misses and hits Lucille. And then in punishment, Negan tells one of his soldiers a rat to kill somebody, and she shoots Olivia. Kills Olivia, and then Negan takes Eugene because he made the bullet, and then, Rosita feels bad. So the scene that I'm talking about in the comic, now if you read the comic, you know what I'm talking about. Now, it's actually right after Spencer's death in the comic. Obviously, Andrea and Rick are together in the comic, and right when Negan's leaving Alexandria, Rick's like, Andrea, get your weapon, get up in the bell tower, because Andrea's like a perfection sniper. So maybe when if Sasha gets back to Alexandria, we could have this scene. But he says, Andrea, get up in the bell tower, and she gets up in the bell tower, which I don't think we have one right now because it fell over on the wall. But tells her to get up in the bell tower, and then he's like, we can kill Negan right now. He only has a couple people with him. And they start trying to kill Negan, and Negan's outside the gates, and Rick goes out there and like starts to try to kill Negan, and Negan's like, is this really happening right now? And then Negan sits Rick and 3 other people, like Nicholas, that is still alive in the comic at that point, Heath, and I think they sat down Holly, which is dead in the show. And they sat them 4 down, and Negan was like doing another eeny, meeny, miny, mo sequence until Carl shoots Lucille. Now, this is the part that was awesome in the comic, where Carl shoots Lucille and Negan goes absolutely insane and says, Carl, you one-eyed F-word, you skull exposed. It was insane. It was awesome. And then Andrea gets beat up in the bell tower and gets thrown out, but it wasn't her, it was the savior that was attacking her. It was just so perfect. Go read March to War, the volume March to War of the comic book. It was like issue 114 or something, if you want to read it online. 114, or no, it was 115. Go watch that, and you'll see that scene, 114, 115. And it was amazing, and since they already shot Lucille, Rosita did it. I don't know how they're going to do that. Eugene also did get taken in captive in the comics by Negan, but it was a little bit later. It was actually in the war that he gets taken captive, and it actually plays into the war. So, I don't know. It was a little bit of a remix, but I hope we still get that comic scene in an extent, but I wish it was still Carl that shot Lucille. Just saying. And I don't think they can shoot Lucille again. So, Olivia gets killed, which was really sad. A lot of people were saying that she was getting a little too much screen time. And when somebody gets a lot of screen time, like Denise did, they get killed. So, they also did another double death this episode, which is crazy. I don't know why they keep doing double deaths. They can't just stay with one comic scene and just not do another one. So, they've just been doing that lately. I don't mind, but... And then we had this little talk between Michonne and Rick saying we're the ones who live. Now, this talk did happen in the comic book with Andrea and Rick saying we're the 2 that survived all through this. We are the ones that live. And that was pretty cool that we got that scene and then them 2 kiss and have a really sweet moment. Okay, then we have the best moment, I think, like probably one of the happiest moments in the whole show, when everybody reunites. We come back to Maggie at the hilltop, and she starts like crying almost on top of the wall, and she tells everybody to open the gates, and guess who walks in? Rick and like Tara and Carl and Michonne, and they all just kind of walk in, and then Maggie sees them and she's crying, and Maggie and Rick just get this awesome hug, and then Carl and Enid see each other, and then behind the corner, Jesus and Daryl walks out, and that was just so awesome seeing. And then Rick goes up and hugs Daryl, and this was like the best moment ever when Rick and Daryl hug again. And Daryl gives Rick his revolver, and Rick's got his mojo back again. And yeah, that was amazing seeing that, seeing Carl and Enid seeing each other again, which wasn't too much of a departure, but it was awesome seeing Maggie reunite with them, and also Daryl reunite with Rick and the group. It was awesome. It really was, seeing Sasha and Rosita beside each other. But yeah, Eugene did get taken captive, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. And then at the end of the episode, after the episode ended, they did this with Morgan 2 seasons ago, where they had, after the episode, they have the it's like a little scene, and it was like somebody spying on Gabriel outside the Alexandria gates. So don't know who that was. I have no clue actually, because it was nothing in the comic. It's probably gonna be filler for the show so that they can get some stuff in and not just go straight into All Out War Season 8, most likely. So yeah, we're gonna go into that in February. This will be my last review for The Walking Dead until February. I will be doing a death predictions video and a plot predictions video for 7B, and that will be coming out very soon. So thank you guys for watching. Put your rating down in the comment section. I gave it a 9.9%, better rating than my premiere rating, but if I could, I would raise the premiere rating up probably to a 9.9 to 10, most likely, but this was a 9.9 for me. Amazing. We're going to go ahead and get the average for The Walking Dead 7A for the ratings, and I love doing this. We'll do this at the end of the season too, but let's get this real fast, and I'll be with you. So I just averaged out the 7A score for the episodes. It came out to a 9.1 for the first half. I hope it's higher next half. It was really the Cell that brought it down, because I gave the Cell like a 7.8, which brought it down a lot. But yeah, anyway, that was the that's the average, the final rating for the 7A. That's how I'm going to do that. I'm also going to do that for the end of Season 7, I said. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Leave your rating down in the comment section. I gave it a 9.9, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye!